Yo, 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 yo! We're back, guys. We are back, guys. As you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Carol Culture Radio. Akeem Jordan, what's cracking like it? What's cracking like it? What is cracking like it?
You know we back at it again, baby.
Yes, sir. We always do, man. I'm good to be here. We about to get it in today, as we always do. So let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it on.
Like always, shout out to everybody watching us all across the board: Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch, guys. Make sure you follow. It's so very important for you guys to follow so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those right now watching us on Rumble and also X, TikTok, Bingo Live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this fresh start Monday. Moving along to sports. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of sports, big dog?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about some NFL. You know, the preseason has started, especially for all the teams. But we're gonna head down to Cleveland as as the big starter for Shador Sanders because after all the quarterback rookies that's been playing, he's the one that's been the most anticipated to see them play. He played against the Carolina Panthers. He played the first half, and what we saw, he put up some good stats. Really really good stats. He was 13 for 24, and threw two touchdowns, and it was good to see for the Cleveland fans and for everybody anticipated that he got his stars in preseason because the other quarterbacks, the second string and the third string quarterback was hurt, so Shadur really got his hand to show his shine of if he belongs in the league or not. So we do have a clip for his post-game interview. So go ahead, I can play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Proud of. We said it's not only about the stats. So what did you do today that you feel really good about?
I'll say the most important thing of being a quarterback is leading your team. I'll say definitely the scoreboard. I think we did that pretty good. And just being consistent, even though if things going our way or not going our way, being able to bounce back and not stay in the hole. Being a quarterback is going to be ups, downs, it's going to be pros, cons, everything. So you just got to stay level-headed through it.
Let's start with the thing.
So yeah, he did have a good game from he plays against Panthers. I'm reading from Anna Schefter from report that even though he had a solid game, he still listed as a fourth-string quarterback. As in the number one is Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Daniel Gabriel, which he was a third-round pick, and Shador Sanders. So I'm gonna start with you, Roddy. With him showing that he played well. Do you believe that Shador Sanders should move up into the quarterback rankings?
Yeah, they might move up to the quarterback rank because at the end of the day, somebody got to get cut because they need only three screen quarterbacks. So he played very well during the preseason. I saw a couple of his highlights. I didn't really see the game, but he did two touchdowns and 124 yards, which is really, really good for an upcoming rookie that's coming into the NFL system. Of course, they're gonna put him in the lineup because remember, it's a lot of media attention, a lot of hype about him because he's Deion Sanders' son. So I see him being probably a third string quarterback. But I actually want to see him be the second string quarterback. But who never know if he continue to perform the way he's doing, he might be up there in the ranking. Shout out to him. He did an extremely great job last game. Go ahead.
I got a feeling he's going to take over Joe Flacco's spot. I got a good feeling. I could say maybe within the second year, because when you're performing well that early, I think he has something to prove. I think he has a little fire lit in him. So I got a feeling that he's going to bust his butt where he's going to be the starting quarterback. And he's heading for a good reign.
When it comes to Shador Sanders, we all think, he should have been the third round pick. He should have been the first, second, or third round. But now to him having the opportunity to show that on the field, even though he was playing against third string or fourth strings, he shows that he belongs into league in NFL league period and everything. And as right now, as a backup right now. So for me, he has they have two more preseason games to go. So I'm thinking, even though Shador he has started, I think the next game they might start Shador again in the second preseason, and also give, Kenny Pickett and Dan Gabriel to see what's up and everything. Now, to me, if Shedeur Sanders keep it up and keep playing well in the preseason and keep showing off that he's better than Kenny Pickett and Dan Gabriel, I definitely believe he'll be the second string quarterback behind Joe Flacco. Now, I'm going to lead towards you, Hakeem. If Joe Flacco starts out terrible, like the first couple weeks and everything, I really believe that, they're going to give Shedeur Sanders the spot right now. Look at how him play. He has a nice touch. He has a good pocket presence and everything. He's not he doesn't have a cannon from the arm, but, he looks really, really good. So for me, Shedeur Sanders, he showed what he got the first piece in the game. And like I said, let him continue to do what he do. And, to me, he should be no later than the backup. And we'll definitely see maybe Kenny Pickett and Danny Gabriel maybe get cut or get traded to different teams. But, yeah, I think we all want to see Shedeur Sanders do well, especially for Cleveland. And, he's one of the top rookie sales, when it comes to jerseys and rookies and everything. So, yeah, keep going, Shedeur, man. You to me, he keeps on doing what he's doing. There's no time in the NFL season that he might be the starter for the Cleveland Browns.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Shout out to Bingo Live. We got over 100 people watching us right now on Bingo Live, man. Shout out to you ladies that's in the building. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. We really do greatly appreciate it. Let's get those numbers up over there on Bingo Live. Shout out to TikTok, Rumble, X. You guys, you know it, man. Facebook, Instagram. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Also, we had a couple of birthdays. Shout out to the lovely Bobby Bryant. Happy birthday, Bobby Bryant. Her birthday was over the weekend.
Happy birthday.
And also Jordan's wife, Shakia.
Zakia.
Birthday was also over the weekend too as well. So happy birthday to you guys. Blessing and more abundance to you guys and many more great health on this upcoming year. Thank you guys so much for being part of the Chaos Culture Radio family. Moving along to money. Money make the world go round. Money makes our pockets fat. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of financial news, big dog?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about some 401k. So if you guys didn't know, Trump, he signed an executive order that could make it easier for people that has 401k and other workplace retirement plans to offer employees the options of investing some of their savings in alternative investments, including private equity, loan the domain of institutions, and accredited higher net worth investors. So this is big news coming from 401k. So we do have the clip. So go ahead, I can play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
CEO and founder Stephen Wang back on the show, and he's with me now.
Thank you.
Apologies for that previous segment, Stephen. You're probably wondering, what do you have any, by the way?
I do have a couple.
Oh my God, no!
They were gifted to me.
Okay, that's not so bad.
You can resell them.
Anyway, yes, he can. Let's move on to explain to me, Stephen, how things like real estate, cryptocurrency, private equity, is that good for 401k holders?
Yeah. It's all about leveling the playing field. Ultra high net worth individuals have had access to private equity, crypto, alternative assets for decades. In fact, most of them include 20 to 40% of their portfolio beyond stock and bonds in these alternative assets. And listen to this, private equity over the past 20 years has outperformed the stock market on average of 4% a year. Yeah. And if you look at Bitcoin over the last 10 years, it's beat the S&P 500 by 42,000%. So it's all about leveling the playing field. But I think the catch is these are riskier, more esoteric assets that people aren't as familiar with.
Higher reward.
Exactly.
Is investing in crypto becoming a bit of a trend for people looking towards retirement? Because it feels risky.
Absolutely. I think it's part of just a longer term portfolio. If you're especially early on in your career, I think it does make sense. And we're seeing the demand on our platform on Dub alternatives have gone through the roof. In fact, our crypto portfolios are some of the top performing and also most in demand portfolios. Is the regular American realizes the importance. But I think that goes back to the point, these are riskier assets. Yeah. It's really important to invest them well. So the whole idea and what we're championing is, instead of trading it yourself, how do you follow an expert that knows how to deploy and invest money in crypto or other alternative assets? So I think that's really the key. How do you not just give access, but educate?
Exactly. And Marcus, it could be a game changer.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing is that you're creating a bigger marketplace and you're allowing more people to play in the space, but it requires education to be out there. And I think that's the piece that I love what you guys do is you're giving people information on how to make these decisions. Higher risk doesn't always mean higher reward without the education. That's important for me.
We'll have to leave it there. Stephen, I know you'll be back soon. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Dubs.
Yeah, so there you have it. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take about, what Trump did when it comes to the 401k, kind of expanding it a little bit more?
Yeah, I was reading a little bit about this one, and did some research. So now with your 401k retirement, you'll be able to invest in Bitcoin. However, due to the fact that he did sign an executive order, it is gonna make us normal people that do have an investment account more opportunity to invest in Bitcoin. However, a lot of financialist experts are very, of course, it's not financial advice. I always speak with a financial advisor. She said because Bitcoin is so very volatile, it could really hurt your retirement. So they always tell people to be careful if you're trying to invest your retirement into Bitcoin. But to me, a lot of people are doing it. You got even ball players that's also doing this as well. They putting their money into Bitcoin and they're reaping a reward. But keeping in mind, for Bitcoin is a very volatile, stock trade. So you just got to be very careful. But at the end of the day, it's a risk you got to take. So I think it's a good thing that they're doing because now it's giving the American people more opportunity to make more money as they head to retirement. Go ahead. Okay.
I love this idea. But just the key thing that the guy said was education. So hopefully whatever platform or investment firm that they like, Merrill Lynch, Edward Jones, Betterment, whatever platform, hopefully there's some education and people understand the risk and the volatile of investing in these things. So cryptocurrency have been around for a lot. We're not novice investors. We have a little bit more information because we did education on it. So it's best for people to read up on it, understand it, how it works, what it does. But it's good to open up in these things. It's a prop says everything seems to be revolving around Bitcoin, a fake commodity. Sorry, if crypto is using fear tactics to force you into scared purchases.
Yeah, for me, I totally like it. I totally like this. I would like this that that you kind of expand your 401k and everything. I just hope, I think they definitely will when it comes to private companies. When it comes to showing their employees about what's more is going on in the 401k. Hopefully they can teach you classes or really explain about 401k and everything. I know people that probably had a 401k for 30, 40 years. They could probably gonna keep it what it is and everything. You're not gonna, expand and everything. Unless they want to, they get information on that. But when it comes to like us as millennials and younger Generation Z's and everything, it now if you work in a private company, if you want to work in a career somewhere for 20, 30, 40 years and everything, now you have the options to do more, and to invest your money into 401k and everything. And like I said, this to your information, which your jobs your jobs will definitely let you know and everything. Usually McDonald's, grocery stores, if they got a 401k, they got something in the back you can read on. Or if you want more information, there's a number you can call about explain the 401k plan and everything. There is like I said, people, there is ways that it can help you when it comes to your job and everything. All you gotta do is look it up. They'll definitely let you know. But I like to say I'm gonna definitely do more research about it. So I do have a 401k, and it does affect me. And to me, in the next 4 or 5 years, I definitely want to see, what else I could do more with my 401k and everything. So for me, I like it. I like it very much.
We could read some of these comments because a lot of these guys are really into this conversation when it comes to Bitcoin. So shout out to Stephanie Walker that's in the building. Say DT, which is Donald Trump has profit like 6 million of Bitcoin. Him, including his option, is not to benefit us, it is to benefit him. I think that's true too. At the end of the day, I think Trump is going to capitalize off of Bitcoin. I think he also created his own. No, I think United States created their own Bitcoin currency, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. Somebody can verify for me. Prop say I create an NFT right now. Buy it. We can't promote that, big dog.
No. It's a joke. Read it.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
joke.
it's a joke. Is I get rich, I won't save you. A penny. My previous venture was dollar made of. Get rich quick. Just kidding. Invest in your own efforts. I
Thank
totally agree. Oh, you were okay. When I saw that, I was like,
yeah, no,
oh,
no.
I ain't gonna promote that.
Props is
No lawsuit coming
he's
on with.
educating. He's educating us right now. Props is yeah.
Yeah, he is educating us. Now a lot of people feel like some high financial guru like Dave Ramsey, he don't invest in Bitcoin. They say allegedly Warren Buffett don't invest in Bitcoin. So there's a lot of people that saying they believe Bitcoin is fake because it's not tangible. Everything is all computerized, so they don't believe in it. But there's other gurus like you got Robert Kiyosaki, who's very heavy on Bitcoin. You already know Rob Cardone, like a lot of people are heavy on Bitcoin. So it's just you pick and choose. Just make sure you do your homework. That's all I can say. Make sure you do your homework. But I do agree with Stephanie Walker that at the end of the day, Donald Trump is going to benefit off this Bitcoin deal. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to Prop, a new subscriber that's in the building. Thank you so much, Big Dog, for being here. We really do greatly appreciate it. Now you do, but we also happy to see Stephanie Watkins also back in the Chaos Culture Radio family. Hey, Stephanie, it's always good to see you too as well. Moving along to hip-hop. Hip-hop. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to hip-hop news?
Let's get it. So Finesse 2 Times, he's going viral because of his mom. So his mom is going viral because of he said she has been he's in the past he has been saying like a couple thousand here and there and everything, but I guess maybe they have some type of argument that he's not sending money no more. So I don't know what's wrong with the relationship. But she did viral, talk about, she might in the process of that, she might get evicted where she's there right now. And, and she's right now really going off at her son right now because how way he's spending his money and not really spending money on his family. So we do have the clip. Go ahead, can you play the clip of Finesse 2 Times mother? And after that, we'll chop it up.
$4 million motherfucking dollars on niggas and bitches. Weed. Flying motherfuckers back and forth. That's what you spent your money on. Jewelry. You ain't spend it on family. You didn't spend it on family. And when a motherfucker did get some, guess what? They gotta do something for it. It ain't genuine. Keep your money. A man and his money will depart. Believe that. An ignorant man with money will depart. I push you out this ass, nigga. You don't disrespect me. You mad because I told you disrespectful, you narcissist? That's what you did? Then gonna upload a motherfucking picture. You disrespectful, boy. You disrespectful. Is a motherfucker. And you need your ass whooped. That's what you need. Real motherfucking talk. And I swear to God, you ain't never got to do a motherfucking thing for me again. I don't want your dirty money. Because you ain't going to have it long. God going to make sure of that. God going to make sure of that. You foul, boy. You foul. You spent $4 million.
So we don't know her son's on the side of the story. He haven't posted really anything, but for what we hear from her, she looked just like her son. They both look like twins. So, but exactly. So when we hear for her and everything, we don't exactly know what the situation is or why he cut her off. But right now she's on viral. She's going viral. Talking mess about her son.
So she mad. So then she mad.
Go ahead, Ronnie.
Yeah, she mad then. If he cut her off, that's why she yelling and hollering because she wants some of the money too. Keep it in mind, people fail to realize it's his own money. He worked hard to attain his own money. He chooses what he want to do with it. If you want to buy female jewelry and friends, go ahead and do it. But at the end of the day, he's gonna reap the reward from it because when the money's gone, they're gonna be gone too. That's just how it works. Remember, I think what they call it, you could be rich, but also hood. They call it hood rich because you're only rich for a certain amount of time, and then the money's gone if you don't know how to invest in property. So it's his money. He can do what he wants. And I know some people in the comments, I would be some in the comment section, they were saying, "Hey, how you got to take care of mama." He was taking care of mama. He just stopped taking care of mama. Shout out to White House in the building. He says embarrassing her son's shameless bad mama. It is very embarrassing. Hey, Stephanie Walker, yeah, sorry about that. You know, you're not a black. You know how the black community is. You gotta disagreement. Shout out to the lovely Sapphire Grace that's also in the building watching us on TikTok. Go ahead.
So the internet shouldn't be used to be exposing people. Like this, the type of stuff that a call had to be made. But there's also reason to a bigger thing. People without money who never had money before act like this. You know what I mean? And we don't know what's the reason why he cut his mama off. But then we also got to speak on a bigger thing. Are our parents entitled to our success? Are they entitled for us to take care of them, regardless of bad or good behavior? Analyze that from that perspective.
Absolutely. And when I look at the situation, like I said, I don't know Finesse Lutan's his side of the story, but it just seems like they had it seems like relationship has been good and bad, and good and bad relationship when it comes to mother and son and everything. Maybe it's the time that she wasn't the best of moms at times and everything. He probably did her dirty and everything, and he feels some type of way. It's probably trauma that he has with his mom or something like that and everything. That's probably one of the reasons he cut her off and everything. And the thing is, when it comes to stuff like this, you keep it in house. You don't blur stuff like this. But when it comes to her mama, she thinks she got a voice and be ghetto. She going spot. I'm like, oh, okay. I see one of the reasons why your Finesse Lutan kind of cut you off and everything. One of the reasons. But yeah. So Finesse Lutan, he's entitled with his money and everything. Like she said before, she's on her last video that she posted. She said, he has been like I think paying her rent or something like that, anything like that. She's a help her out and everything. But there's just something that her mom is not saying that definitely went left. And Finesse Lutan used to say he's kind of done with it and everything. So I do want to hear his side of the story, but this is how I feel like right now. And Finesse Lutan, he's not with the BS. He's not going to, go back and forth his mom on the internet, anything like that. He's just like, you know what? I'm just going to cut you off just for right now. And that is what it is. But Hakeem, you made a good point when it comes to success and everything. If a kid, wants to help you out and everything, it just shows you if you was a good parent or not and everything. Once the kid raised up and everything, they will kind of be the judge and kind of tell you if you was a good parent or not. Either they'll take care of you or they'll love you, but they'll love you from afar and everything. And that's what I see what Finesse Lutan doing his mom. He said, "I love you, mom, but I don't love you from afar, and I gotta cut you off for some stuff."
Yeah, but it's his money. Chose to do with it. I was saying he chose to do whatever he wanted with it. He's a grown man. He's not a little boy anymore. But you never know his reason why he cut his mama off. He gonna come out later because this video went viral. So more like he's gonna come out and speak about it. And he might, who knows? She might have a drug habit. She might be bad with money herself. So you never know. Shout out to Prop. He said, "I'm not a religious man, but I will say, invest without hesitation. Invest wisely." I totally agree with that. Always invest wisely, even when it comes to aspect of friends. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Shout out to the lovely Sapphire Grace that's giving us so much love over there on TikTok. Thank you guys so much for tuning in each and every time we go live. You already know it's here. First Start Monday. We got a lot of things to talk about. First thing we're going to talk about, we're going to our beloved Trump. Oh, go ahead. He was going to read the comments.
He said, you guys have a show. You have a voice. Use it. If you're selling crypto, you might as well sell Beanie Babies. Think about it.
Oh, Beanie Babies are really popular. I like Beanie Babies, though. Some people use that as a collectible item. Moving along to, you already know there's a lot of things that's going on in this world today, especially when it comes to aspect of H-Town. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to Trump burgers?
Yeah, this is a Trump I'm sorry, Trump was the owner. So apparently there's he's a fellow Trump supporter, and he owns a restaurant called Trump's Burgers, but his visa got expired, and he was still staying in Houston. Found out that ICE found out that his ICE's visa was expired, and they got him, and they deported him back to Lebanon. And so, you might be some Trump supporter, but if you don't follow rules, you will get deported. So go ahead, Akeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Houston's Trump Burger faces deportation after an ICE arrest over an expired visa. 28-year-old Roland Beanie entered the U.S. in 2019 on a visitor visa, but did not leave by the required date in February of 2024. ICE arrested him in May and placed him in immigration proceedings. An immigration judge later granted him bond while his case moves forward. ICE emphasized that immigration enforcement applies to everyone equally, regardless of their business or politics. Trump Burger opened its Houston location last month, marking its 4th spot in our area.
So you got a big time Trump supporter.
The U.S. economy
owned Trump Burgers, but unfortunately he didn't renew his visa, and unfortunately he got deported. So I'm gonna start with you, Ronnie. Do you feel like since he's a big Trump supporter, do you feel like Trump should give him a pass, or ICE did what they did?
No, ICE did what they did, and you know what? And I kind of like it too as well, because a lot of people think Trump have certain people that are not going to get deported, and you guys, especially when it came to the MAGA people, as you can see, some of them are getting deported, so they're fair all across the board. Indians are getting deported, Mexicans are getting deported, Asians are getting deported, Cubans are getting deported. All the people that's foreign, that's not supposed to be here, are getting deported. And we talked about it over the weekend, how Dean Cain is also pushing the agenda as well, that he want to get some involvement too when it comes to the aspect of ICE. So to show you that there is no favoritism, they coming out to everybody. However, I recently heard that also they're trying to defund alligator Alcatraz in Florida. They're trying to get rid of it. But that's a story for another day. We'll go ahead.
Any and everybody is going to get it. Listen, it's sad to say that, but you support it, but you're going to get caught in the dragnet as well. You know what I mean? Like, what he expect? He thought he excluded from the rule because he's from Lebanon? Brother, another one bites the dust.
Yeah, people, like Ronnie said, it don't matter if you're Asian, Haitian, Jamaican, whatever. If you don't follow the rules, you're going to get deported. And this is the harsh rules that comes to being in America and everything. So, yeah, so I don't feel, like I said, I don't feel sorry for the guy. He probably was a major Trump supporter. Like I said, there might be a lot of Trump supporters, but you voted for him, and he put down the rules. He put down executive orders. If you don't follow it, and when it comes to you not renewing your visa or trying to get your green card or whatever, you will get deported. And, ICE is not playing around. And guys, before we go, I don't know if you guys don't know that, the ICE, they definitely do a lot of hiring right now when it comes to hiring young people. And if you do get hired, you get like a $50,000 cash advance, and also
sign-in bonus. Yeah,
and also you get if you got any student loans, you get student loan forgiveness too. So
especially in Florida, they are hiring. Now that shout out to Safarius, he also told me to inform me that the judge blocked the building of alligator Alcatraz in Florida. So she verified. So they did stop it. So let's see how things go. Also, Stephanie Morgan said, if you thinking predominantly would keep you safe. No, that was trying to tell people. Trump is out there. Listen,
no favoritism. He getting it. I don't see Indians get deported, Chinese, whoever you get it. You know what I'm saying? It's just you're gonna get caught up.
Yep, you're gonna get caught up. Moving on to other trending news, Jordan. We're going over there to Manhattan. What's going on when it comes to aspect of New York City?
Yeah, so over the weekend, there was a 17-year-old has been arrested after allegedly shooting 3 people in Times Square. It was a big mess going around that weekend. So we do have the clips. Go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip of the aftermath. And then after that,
You're kidding me.
Like what?
Go now. Go now. Go now. What? I'm trying to film. You got to back up. Go behind that. Sorry, brother.
Yeah, so this happened early Saturday morning around 1:20 a.m. So 3 people got shot. It was an 18-year-old woman and 2 men at the age of 19 and age of 65, and they suffer injuries, and no deaths. They just suffer injuries. So after hearing this news, Ronnie, man, what's your take on this?
No, but I say that's that's crazy. And I think people fail to realize New York is like California. They have one of the strictest gun laws. So you want to open fire like that, your life is done. It's not like Florida. It's not like Mississippi. But over there in New York, you want to come out there acting crazy? Whew, boy, I feel sorry for that 17-year-old. He made a terrible mistake. He just ruined the rest of his life doing something stupid like that. Especially in downtown Manhattan, where there's a lot of police present. Good luck to you, man. But it just shows you that people are really losing their minds, and people are easy to take out their phone even after the police told them to back up. People will never understand. Go ahead, Hakeem, man.
By the time he get out of jail, I'll be in the wheelchair. People forget after 2 or more people get shot, that's considered a mass shooting. That's what it's called, mass shooting. Anything over 1 is a mass shooting. In Times Square, we talking about you might get hit with federal charges, all that. We got to put him under the jail. Under the jail. Mind you, his parents need to get arrested too. 17. Why you not watching them? Sooner or later, they're going to start invoking laws when he just like that little white boy who had did that mass shooting, his daddy got arrested with him. We need a lot more like that. I want his daddy, his mama, his cousins, everybody to get locked up with him because y'all contribute to it.
Yeah, absolutely, Hakeem. That's a good point because he's 17, so we pretty sure that's not his gun and everything. Like I said, we don't know the details of what went down and everything, or who he shot and everything. Who he shot, all of the 3 people and everything. But all I know is, just to do something like that in the middle of Times Square, knowing there's a lot of people around, cameras is probably around, police officers, even though it's like 1:20 a.m. in the morning, there's police still around Times Square. So you do something stupid like that, you easily gonna get caught and everything. That's what he did and everything. So, with this, that's you shoot 3 people, he's expected to get some counts, a lot of counts on his terms and everything. And yeah, man, you can't be doing stuff like that. That's just stupid and asinine what he did. So to me, he's 17, probably go to 18. To me, he should serve a long sentence on that because you play with guns around in the city of New York and everything, which guns are very strict and everything. you're going to serve do some heavy time. So he definitely pay what he did because, those 3 people didn't deserve to get shoot and get injured like that.
Shout out to Mr. Darlaw in the building. He said, when crime is high, the gun laws are stricter. That is an absolute fact. And now we talk about gun laws and crimes. Moving along to the main topic on today's show. Jordan, what's going on in Washington, D.C. with our beloved President Trump?
Yeah, so the big news of today. So Trump came out this morning placing D.C. police officers under federal control and deploying the National Guards to fight crime and patrol the city. Despite crime rate has been down 26% in Washington, D.C., Trump said he'll do the same thing. He'll probably do the same thing in additional states if necessary. He said, we're going to take our capital back. Needless to say,
I mean, New York is next. Yep, New York is next.
Needless to say, he might be other major cities, but right now he's starting in D.C. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening, and they've done it before. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly. I'm announcing a historic act. We have other cities that are very bad. New York has a problem. And then you have, of course, Baltimore and Oakland. We don't even mention that anymore. They're so far gone. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to lose our cities over this. And this will go further. We're starting very strongly with D.C., and we're going to clean it up real quick, very quickly, as they say. It is. Until you knock the hell out of them, because it's the only language they understand. But they fought back against law enforcement last night. And they're not going to be fighting back long, because I've instructed them and told them whatever happens, they love to spit in the face of the police. As the police are standing up there in uniform, they're standing and they're screaming at them an inch away from their face. And then they start spitting in their face. And I said, you tell them, you spit and we hit. And they can hit real hard. It's a disgusting thing. I've watched that for years, for 3-4 years. I've watched them. The police are standing, and they're told, don't do anything under any search. So and you can see they want to get at it. And they're standing there, and people are spitting in their face, and they're not allowed to do anything until you knock them. But now they are allowed to do whatever the hell they want. This dire public safety crisis stems directly from the abject failures of the city's local leadership. The radical left city council adopted no cash bail. By the way, but now they are allowed to do whatever the hell.
Our children, and the murder rates are plummeting. We are now able to report that the murder rate is on track to be the lowest in U.S. history, in modern recorded U.S. history, thanks to this team behind me and President Trump's priorities. Our children, and the murder rates are plummeting.
They can be in DuPont Circle, but they know that we can't touch them. Why? Because the laws are weak. I can't touch you if you're 14, 15, 16, 17 years old and you have a gun. I convict someone of shooting another person with an illegal gun on a public bus in the chest, intent to kill. I convict him. And you know what the judge gives him? Probation. Says you should go to college. We need to go after the D.C. Council and their absurd laws. We need to get rid of this concept of, no cash bail. We need to recognize that the people who matter are the law-abiding citizens. And it starts today but it's not. They can be in DuPont Circle.
Yeah, so it's really going on, people. You know, I'll just say this: we saw a little bit when Trump sent Marines in that regards to LA with the riots and everything. So, other than that, go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take, man? Trump, he's showing his power.
So what people fail to realize, they call that police state. Police state is where military have more control than the actual police. So they're starting now in Washington, D.C. I don't know if you guys recently been in Washington, D.C. I have. There is a lot of police present there, especially over there in the Capitol, so you won't be doing anything funny if you plan on taking a trip over there to Washington, D.C. I took a trip there, and it was different than it was before. It's heavy police presence. But now, since now no longer will be police presence, it will now be more National Guards, which now the city will feel actually more safer. Because now when you have the National Guards, they are mostly trained to kill, not really too much trained to protect, to be honest with you. So the whole atmosphere is going to be totally different. This is what's coming to New York. This is what's coming to LA. This is what's coming to all the major cities if the crime rate don't seem to diminish the way it should. But a lot of people fear that Hakeem Jordan, that this might end up coming to the black community. But you know, I have my theories. But at the end of the day, they're trying to make these places safer once again, because like he stated, Oakland, you know, Baltimore, like those areas that do have violent crime.
Memphis and St. Louis.
Memphis, same thing. Like, it's out of control. You saw, I think you saw recently. We didn't talk. We're not gonna talk about it, but what happened over there by the DC that medical center over there? They had a shootout. That I'm saying, like, you need strong police presence there, because if not, the people are not gonna understand. Go ahead, Hakeem.
I want to ask people, what do we do now? Do we allow everybody to run lawless, or now somebody's doing something about it? We have progressive laws and ideas, no cash bails, giving people life and sentence. What have it done? The YNs are shooting up the block. The game over right now. What can people say now? I would want to hear the liberals, the Democrats. And I'm not saying that to be. What do you think about that? It's like, look at a place like, I would love for this to happen. I would love to visit Chicago one day. Walk down the Woodlawn area and go get me a deep dish pizza. But I can't. It's dangerous. I can't go to Philadelphia, which I've been to Philadelphia back in the days. I can't now. It's dangerous. We can't even go to New York. I love New York, for heaven's sakes. I've never even been to Oakland. Narrative and dialogues. I would love to go to Oakland and feel that vibe, but it's dangerous. So when he said we're going to put the National Guards, now mind you, military people are different than police. They're not playing games with you. They will gun butt you. They'll treat you like an insurgent. This is not what you want. I would love to hear what Stephanie Watkins feel about this. You know what I mean? Do we, you know what I mean? I would love to, you know what I mean? Do we allow people to run wild, or do we get into an authoritarian situation to protect law-abiding citizens?
Yeah, absolutely. So the DC mayor, she made a response to this, and she said this is very unprecedented what's going on and what's going on with Trump's doing and everything. So, for me, this is what Trump, to me, when Trump was in his first term and everything, you know, to me, I didn't think he know what type of power he has. Now he's in his second term. He knows what he's going to do, what type of power he has, and he's going to use it whatever means necessary. And like I said before, when we had a riot here in downtown LA, and he said, you know what, we can't have this. You know, we're going to send the National Guard, we're going to send the Marines and everything. And now see what he did with that. Now he's getting details of, okay, cool. That's, you know, since I used my military to do that, let's see if I can use the military for DC and everything. And then even worse, you know, why not use militaries in other major cities as well to make sure we get crime out of control? You know, we see, like I said, there's, I don't know if you guys know, but there's if you go go around abroad in certain countries, you know, they use militaries to use crimes and everything. I believe in the Philippines, some Asian countries, you know, they use militaries when it comes to crimes like that. And so Trump, he's using a different tactic. He feels like he's using a stronger tactic of, hey, you know, since, you know, police, they really, you know, when it comes to, you know, people doing lawlessly and they really can't do anything about it, you know, let me send the National Guards, let me see the military, so we can really, you know, stuff it down and everything. So for me, I'm more anxious to see how it works and everything. You know, I know for us, we definitely going to report it, you know, when it comes to the Congress, in the next 3 to 6 months, if since, you know, Trump has put the National Guards on there, we'll see a different spike going down when it comes to crime rates and everything. And if it works, I would not be surprised he spread over to other major cities and use it as well to make sure the crime is down and everything. So people, buckle your seatbelts, because if this works and the crime goes down, all the other cities you guys live in, you will definitely be next.
No, I know, but shout out to the lovely Sophia Grace. She said this over here on TikTok. She say Chicago. I think she responded to you, Hakeem. She said Chicago is beautiful, Hakeem, and downtown is not bad. So Sophia was
But tell Sophia if she can hear me. I don't only want to go to downtown. I want to go to the west side, the north side of Chicago. The real good food are in the neighborhoods where my people live. But they might look at me as an up. They might think I'm from O-Block. You know what I mean? What if I want to go get me some Harry's, some Sal's, and some sauce or something like that? You know what I mean? Downtown don't make real good food. I want to go to the trenches, but the trenches need to be safe. I feel safer if the National Guards was down there. I feel.
But I don't know. You see, Dialogue Comedy said they tried the National Guard in Oakland and did not work. So it depends. It depends. I think it depends when it comes to aspect
National
of the National
Guard. It depends.
What type of power they have. But I think the power that Trump is giving them is giving them full power to the point that they can take you down. That's the thing.
Bodies.
Not to stop it, but to take you down.
Bodies might start dropping though.
That's what's gonna happen. The best way to control the people is to fear them. Look what happened in Japan. Japan right now have one of the lowest crime rate. Why? They don't have any guns. They don't have no guns. To stop this from happening, we got to get rid of the guns. Even though I am an American, you know, I am a gun owner. You got to get. That's the issue. You got to get rid of the guns. Something to think about. The Japan crime rate is the lowest in the world. Yeah, I can tell you something.
Get rid of the switches.
But that's not gonna happen because the bad guys gonna always have them. That's the problem. Shout out to the also the bingo lie person too as well. They said I love Trump.
You shut up.
They'll go ahead. I can read Dialogue.
He said he said the police were scared of the criminals in Oakland with machine guns and serious gangs who were even a part of the police department. Okay.
That's crazy. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell right here side. Remember to click on what we do. Go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, shout out to everybody watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this lovely Monday, on this Monday, Fresh Start Monday. No, how can you make me laugh with that one? And Mr. Dollars, I'll be laughing. Because Trump is the way. I mean, it's entertaining, man. You got to give it to him. The man is very entertaining. Yeah, he's very entertaining. Especially when you talk about the police, because, like, they spit it in my face. Hey, Dollar, that was hysterical, man. And you see, we ain't do the one about Gavin Newsom. Jordan, your governor, he made fun of him, too. That's
yes.
Moving along to other trending news, Jordan, what's going on with the former Kentucky county clerk?
Yes, so the former Kentucky county clerk who was jailed back in 2015 for refusing to issue marriage license to gay couples is back in the headlines. 10 years after the Supreme Court decided to legalize same-sex marriages to legalize same-sex marriages nationwide. David is asking the justice to overturn it. He is appealing over $100,000 jury verdict for emotional damage plus $260,000 in attorney fees. In her petition into the Supreme Court, she argues the First Amendment religious protection shields her from personal liabilities and costs are wrong. So the former Kentucky clerk, even though 2015 he was against it, he has changed his mind to ask the Supreme Court to overturn same-sex marriage. So go ahead, I can even play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
Well, in recent years, Kira, we've been waiting for a case like this as some of the sentiment in the country has started to shift a little bit, softened rather, against same-sex marriage. There's been a lot of talk about whether the justices would get a chance to reconsider the case. And as you said there, they are getting that opportunity next month. We've learned that Kim Davis, she's that Kentucky clerk from back in 2015 that was at the center of international controversy when she refused to issue marriage licenses to a gay couple in Kentucky in defiance of the Supreme Court. She spent 6 days in jail. She lost a defamation suit. She had to pay $100,000 in damages, $260,000 in legal fees. That's what she's appealing to the Supreme Court, but it's the first time, Kira, that anyone has technically asked the justices explicitly to overturn Obergefell v. Hodges, which was that landmark ruling. And she does just that. Her counsel in this petition, which was filed last week, says that decision was egregiously wrong. And if that sounds familiar, that's the same type of argument that was made by opponents of abortion. Well, in recent years, Kira, we've been waiting for a case like this as some of the sentiment in the country has started to shift a little bit, softened rather, against same-sex marriage. There's been a lot of talk about whether the justices would get a chance to reconsider the case. And as you said there, they are getting that opportunity next month. We've learned that Kim Davis, she's that Kentucky clerk from back in 2015 that was at the center of international controversy when she refused to issue marriage licenses to a gay couple in Kentucky in defiance of the Supreme Court. She spent 6 days in jail. She lost a defamation suit. She had to pay $100,000 in damages, $260,000 in legal fees. That's what she's appealing to the Supreme Court, but it's the first time, Kira, that anyone has technically asked the justices explicitly to overturn Obergefell v. Hodges, which was that landmark ruling. And she does just that. Her counsel in this petition, which was filed last week, says that decision was egregiously wrong. And if that sounds familiar, that's the same type.
Yeah, so there you have it. She's definitely had to change her mind to let the Supreme Court know to see if you can overturn it, which, this is definitely big news. It's definitely surprising for me, but I want to hear from you guys. So go ahead, Ronnie. What's your take on this?
Liz Jackson asked a question: how the hell is this case made it to the Supreme Court? The only reason why this case made it to the Supreme Court, remember, you got to keep in mind, it had a heavy media attention. That's the only reason why it made it to the Supreme Court. Remember, when it comes to the aspect of the LGBTQ community, something like that that's very juicy, the media is gonna automatically get it, and they're gonna tackle it, and they're gonna talk about it. So therefore, I think this is not gonna go anywhere, because you got to keep in mind who is the president right now, and not only that, who he also elect in the Supreme Court. So none of this is going to pass through. They're trying to bring this country right back to the regular standard, which is the opposite sex getting married, not the same sex. Because remember, they follow the law when it comes to the aspect of because people fail to realize this is a Christian state, so it's supposed to be a man and a woman, and a man and a woman and a woman. They are against that, so that's the thing they are really focused on. Remember, remember it was a big battle when it came to aspect of when it came to Roe versus Wade. You saw how that came about because of the standard of which America stands for. We may not like it, but the people in this nation do. Go ahead.
Shout out to Liz Jackson. I ain't see you in a while, but I'm gonna be honest with you. You took it out my case. This is kind of above my pay grade to speak about, so I'm gonna pass on this one. And I'm a little bit perturbed. But hey, my brother spoke well. America has feelings about this, and we're gonna be tied. We're gonna be caught up in a conundrum. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to with the Democrats, the LGBTQ are very supportive when it comes to LGBT with the LGBTQ community, which we are too as well. And when it comes to most of the people that's a Republican, they're old school. They place a man's a man, woman's a woman. It should be a man and woman to be together. Anything like all sorts of things like that. Personally for me, I love everybody. No matter if you're gay, straight, lesbian, whatever, and everything. And and for me, if you like what you like, you love what you love for another person, same sex or different sex, that's definitely okay with me. And this is and for people and for people when it comes to this rule, the Supreme Court, it hurts a lot of people, especially here in California, which a lot of people in the LGBTQ community, they live over here. They want to show that, hey, we're people too. And it definitely hits a lot of people when it comes to this ruling and everything. So personally for me, I'm more of a I love people. If you love somebody same sex, whatever it is, whatever. And I'm with if they overturn a rule, but end of the day, it's the Supreme Court's ruling to do. If they stick to it, they stick with it. If they stick with it, they stick with it. They want to overturn it, that's up to them. So for me, even though I know this is big news for the people like this, hopefully, if they get overturned, for people that like it, so people that can get married, it's totally cool. So I'm with it.
Go ahead, Hakeem. I think Darwell wanted you to read a comment when it came to aspect of the police state. There's a comment I think he wanted you to read.
Was it this one?
Before we move on.
It says, no matter how much you are against it, don't be a judge if you cannot deal with people who have different from you. You will be biased if these people are in court. I say, as long as no one displays smacks in public, let them get certificates. If the laws changes, so be it. I support that too.
Yeah, the law did. Yeah, the law did. The law is going to change. The law is going to change eventually, but not now.
If the guy selling bullets to the general public wants to sell bullets, that's his choice, right? Or is the contest of drama?
That is his choice. Everybody have a choice, and I don't know about that, but if you guys are hungry, Jordan, what's going on with KFC?
So it's been about damn time. Because not just me, but I know a lot of people. Every time I go to KFC, they be asking for potato wedges, and a lot of people don't know. And some people don't know. KFC started selling potato wedges a long time ago, but KFC posted here. Damn it, here it is. By August 18th, potato wedges is coming back to KFC. I'm happy for. I'm excited for it. I think not Popeyes, KFC got the one to become potato wedges. It's legit and everything. Now, people that have been asking for wedges, it's coming back August 18th, which I definitely, when it comes to the sales, it's definitely going to do huge sales for KFC. So potato wedges is coming back to KFC. Shout out to KFC. Go ahead, go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on KFC bringing their potato wedges back?
I ain't gonna lie, I like the headline. That's really good. That's actually a smart headline to put. Actually funny. Actually kind of different. It's getting people having engagement about it. I used to love their potato wedges. I understand why they got rid of it in the first place. It's the same thing with McDonald's got rid of the chicken wrap. Why get rid of something that's very popular? People are buying because they want to bring out new invention. They want other people to try it. But the potato wedges at KFC was the #1 hit. Then when they got rid of it, they brought the fries. The fries not always that great, but that wedges, smart move for KFC. Great way to bring traffic back into it, especially with that headline. Tremendous, great marketing skill. I love it. Go ahead, Aki.
Who even eats KFC anymore?
Me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Uber, they be having deal about
KFC now. Either that or Popeyes.
I can't remember the last time I even ate a KFC. I don't even remember eating Popeyes. I think I remember I do maybe indulge in some of that big sodium sandwich. You know what I mean? Here and there. That's all it is, a big sodium. But you know what I mean? But I might have to go and try them wedges. Then he said, they are just potatoes. I can show you how to make them potatoes.
Hey, I'm telling you, KFC, I've been here in LA, there are people my age or older asking if they still got potato wedges. At KFC, they don't sell potato wedges. And, you know, KFC are doing it there. It's, hey, people want potato wedges, we're going to bring potato wedges. Like, I remember with Red Lobster, you know, when people asked for the hush puppies to come back and everything, they brought it back. So, you know, I think, you know, a lot of these private companies, McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, like if like the old stuff that I used to sell, like the potato wedges, if they move like that, they're gonna bring it back. So shout out to KFC to bring the wedges back. No narrative dialogues. I'm happy that bringing the potato wedges back because I only eat KFC every 2 to 3 months if I order like a big family feast or something like that. But when it comes to potato wedges, I do like me side of potato wedges when I go to KFC. So I'm happy about KFC bringing it back. So next time I order some KFC is probably when football season starts. I might order a family meal, you know, an 8-piece or 10-piece with side of potato wedges and everything. That's probably the next time I have some KFC.
Yeah, props. You ain't lying. Them crispy wedges, I know it's not healthy, but man, them things are good. I used to get like the large.
I know I said them crispy, yeah, and now you get that. That was back in the days, but you know.
That was stuff back in the days was selling. I'm like, why? But I understand you always trying to innovate something new, but at least get something that you know is going to drive people to your stores. Don't get rid of it. It's like when you go to a grocery store, that fragment, you always get that chip, and you know all the people get it, and the next thing you know, 2 weeks later, it's discontinued. You be like, why is it discontinued? You be like, people loved it because the company want to try something new, and then our product don't sell, and then they bring it right back. If it sells, leave it. Give the people what they want. Shout out to KFC. I love that headline though. Here, damn it, that was good. Last time we only coming today on today's show, Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of AOL?
So this
man, I ain't hear that name.
So this really hits us as millennials, older millennials like me, Hakeem, and Ronnie. And I didn't know this, but after more than 30 years, AOL dial-up internet has still been serviced, but now they will be discontinuing at the end of September. So this kind of brings nostalgia for us. You know, us of using the internet when we first started. You know, back in the late 90s, about using dial-up. We got put the telephone cord in to start internet. But this is something that AOL said, hey, you know, we're finally done after more than 30 years, which I'm very surprised. I thought they stopped this years ago, but we do have a little clip, so go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip. After that, we'll chop it up.
Might, well, be the last time you hear this sound. Yeah, remember that? The old dial-up service? Well, it actually still exists. Well, at least until the end of the month. AOL says it's discontinuing the service, which dates back to the 1980s. It's not a surprise considering less than 1% of internet users actually still have dial-up. This might, well, be the last time you hear this sound.
Yeah, so it is probably over a long run. So I'm going with you, Ronnie. What's your memories you had when you if you ever used dial-up internet with AOL?
The memory I had was the sound, and the one I hate when it was dialing up and then somebody calls. That was the worst feeling in the world. You be like, man, I finally got it to run, and then somebody call, and then you have to wait again another 20 to 30 minutes for it to dial up again. And then you have to get, because, you know, when you're staying with your parents, so you got to talk to your pops, who is, you know, the owner of the house. You have to talk to him like, hey, can you boost up the service of the phone line or create another phone line so you can have better access? But, man, we dinosaurs, man.
We are.
We are dinosaurs, because I remember that when I was a kid. So the millennials would never understand it, but keep it in mind, there's going to be something for them later on. They might have the one where I always tell people, they're gonna have a different dialogue when the phone gonna become like Star Wars, where you know how when people image
Yeah,
comes up and start
hologram.
talking to you, they ain't gonna be dealing with that. That's gonna be cool. Hologram. But go ahead,
No,
Akeem.
you're right, man. This does bring nostalgia. I do remember that sound going over to my cousin's house because I never had internet. You know, we couldn't afford it, but I do remember my cousins having it, and I used to be like, "Damn, it's so slow." You know what I mean? But then you used to just wait just for one image to come up a screen, and it was like, "Yeah, boy, this shit hard." So it does bring nostalgia. You know what I mean? Oh, how time flies.
Absolutely. And then it goes through, and then you see here that welcome. You got mail. And that would be so cool to me. I was like, oh, this is cool and everything. I just remember that was exciting times, you know. I could when I go on the internet, you can do anything, you can surf up the web as much as you can, even though it was super duper slow. You know, you play some games. I used to go on Yahoo, play the Yahoo games and everything. There's some very, very good memories about that and everything. But it just shows you, yo, man, time flies. It really, really flies. And I can't wait to, have a conversation about, my daughter's like, hey, all the stuff you see, when back in my day, we ain't had this. We had to use a phone cord, plug into the computer, and go through. And she was like, what is a phone cord? Because she had the age that we got iPhones and Androids and everything. So,
Basically.
people don't, we don't have landline phones. This what very, very few people still got landline phones like that. But yeah, man, this is very nostalgic of very good memories of what I had. Used to have my friends used to come over, used to use the internet. They ain't had any internet, so some good memories. This is letting us know, we are getting old, man. Time flies.
Especially when you used to go and meet women or AOL chat. People used to go in there when you were a kid, used to flirt. It was a classic. It was just a good old time, man. But that era is gone. And now you gotta keep in mind too, people that we knew who was living at that time, they no longer here
Better
anymore.
talk about it.
Because that's how to show you that's how to show you how life really has gone by. Man, shout out to White House also in the building. I always say shout out to White House. He was like, Yummy Brand has destroyed KFC and other restaurant chains. They did. Yum Brand, they did. They destroyed them. But man, LOL was a classic. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click on, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, shout out to Mr. Darlaw that was in the building. Shout out to our new subscriber, Props. Thank you so much, Big Dog, for being here. Why High? Thank you so much, Big Dog, for being here. We really do greatly appreciate it. Shout out to Stephanie Walker, who was also in the building. Shout out to that one Kit subscriber who came in the building, came in laughing. Thank you so much, Big Dog, for coming through. His name is Streamer Hub World. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for commenting, because there's people who watch us on Kick, but they never comment. Don't be afraid, people on Kick. Comment. Let us know you in the building so we give you guys a shout out. Shout out to Liz Jackson that's also in the building. The lovely Bobby Bryan. Once again, Bobby Bryan, happy birthday, and also happy birthday to Jordan's wife, Zakia, Mrs. Chaos, who also had a birthday weekend too as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Shout out to you guys right now watching us on Instagram, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Rumble, X, TikTok, and also Bingo Live. We are over 100 people watching us on Bingo Live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't be afraid to follow us. Follow us on KR Culture Radio on the YouTube side and all other platforms where you can come and watch our dope content, video reaction, you name it. It's over here on the YouTube side. Thank you guys so much each and every time to come over here and support the channel. Guys, don't be afraid to support the channel by going to KR Culture Radio description and also on top of the chat where we have the KR Culture Radio store. That's where we keep our KR Culture Radio gear, like the hat, the t-shirt, the coffee mug, you name it. It's all in the KR Culture Radio store. It's on top of the chat and also in the description that you see he's displaying the cup. And also you can see the cup too as well when you come over here on your phone. You should see like a little icon of the cup. Click on it, it leads you guys right over to the store where you can see all the merch and pick whatever you like. It helps to support the channel so we could get that wonderful studio we have in our mind, in our archive mind, so we can make that manifest. So thank you guys so much for always supporting the platform. And don't forget to go to KR Culture Radio community tab or community post where we post important information, our achievements, upcoming events, and also Prince I King new book, Raising Kings, and also Black Love, and also his album out now. A-Dub on the weekend was saying if I can't working on new music, he is.
I am.
He about to drop another album for his birthday, so be
on
on
my
the lookout
birthday.
for that guy. So every proceed that we get goes back into the company, which is KL Country Radio, because we're trying to be the biggest thing on the planet. With you guys' help, we will achieve that goal, like always. God, we thank you guys so much for coming over, supporting us, giving us a lot of love, a lot of shares, and a lot of light. Especially Sapphire Grace. Thank you so much for blessing us over there on TikTok. We really do greatly appreciate you guys. And being on live, once again, thank you all 100 of you guys coming through, watching us, commenting. We really do greatly appreciate it. With too many people in the comments, hard for me to keep up. We love it. We love it. We love you guys. We love you guys. We love you guys. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Country Radio.